Hi there. This is the first time I'm going to do one of these haul videos, and I rushed home after I finished the haul, which you will see shortly, so I could use this natural light. It's cold out here, there's dogs barking, but I still think this is way better than shooting inside of the stuffy room. So again, this is the first time I'm doing one of these, so forgive the audio. It's on my phone. I got really excited about this book haul and just wanted to talk about it. So I went 3 different places, really more like 7, with including thrift stores I didn't find anything in. But the 3 main places that I got stuff were thrift stores. I went to 2 other bookshops locally and got a haul. I'll start with the thrift store stuff. Say that 5 times fast. Right here, I found some really cool stuff. This was dirt cheap. I think this whole bag was $7 total. So first thing, Isaac Asimov, The Hugo Winners, Volume 2, pretty sick. Frank Herbert's The Soul Catcher. Have not heard of that one. Another Asimov, this is called Murder at the ABA. I've never heard of this, but thought I would get it. It was $1.50, I think. Isaac Asimov's The Gods Themselves for 50 cents. I mean, just dirt cheap. I haven't even looked at a lot of the stuff I got. I just thought it was cool. This is another Asimov short story collection. Hugo Winners, Silverberg's on here, Delaney, a lot of that 50 cents, awesome. The Best of Jack Williamson. I don't really know much about Williamson, but cool cover, 50 cents. The Citadel of the Autarch, book 4 of the Book of the New Sun, Gene Wolfe, for 75 cents in the Timescape. That one's cool. Spider Robinson, Time Pressure, 50 cents for that little guy. Never read Spider Robinson though. And then Piers Anthony's, however you pronounce, Chthon, for 75 cents. That cover's freaking cool. So those were the thrift store finds. All of that was $7 total, I think it was, which is awesome. Here's into the really good stuff. I went to a Half Price Books here. I don't know, this cost me maybe 30 total, this section right here. Clifford Simics, They Walked Like Men. That one's cool. I love that cover. Also, sorry I didn't take the tags off. Like I said, I rushed home so I could film this in the natural light because it's not awful out here right now. It's cold, but this is called After the Fall. Short stories, Farmers, Elasny, Harrison Dish, and more. Edited by Sheckley. That one's cool. I mean, $1. How can you pass that up? Another Simak, Our Children's Children. Pretty cool. Old vintage blue cover. Another Simak, All Flesh is Grass. I love the cover. I'm just a sucker for the red pages, the purple pages, that kind of thing. One of my favorite books of all time, C.S. Lewis's Out of the Silent Planet, an edition that I do not have, and just was like, have to get that. Silverberg, The Time Hoppers. I don't know anything about this, but I've read Downward to the Earth and made me want to buy more Silverberg. He's great. I just read Tanith Lee's Don't Bite the Sun, so I found her this doll called the Silver Metal Lover with a nutso cover. Science Fiction Book Club selection. The doll is in great condition. That one's cool. D.G. Compton's The Steel Crocodile. Feels old. I don't know much about that one, but I picked up Compton because I haven't really picked up much Compton. Hardback of the new Hugo Winners, Another Asimov. The reason I got this one, I was just flipping through it. I mean, it was $4, so I was like, why not? But I was flipping through it, and it has the short story version of Blood Music by Greg Bear, which I finished about a month ago, and I wanted to read the short story version to see how different it was from the novel. And finally, for $4.50, the complete science fiction treasury of H.G. Wells. I mean, it's got everything. The Time Machine, The Invisible Man, War of the Worlds, Food of the Gods, everything in here. So that was a Half Price Books haul. Freaking awesome. And now comes my favorite section. Shout out to Steele's Books in like North Kansas City. He runs an amazing shop. The vintage selection at his shop is insane, and he just is personable and I enjoy talking to him. Great guy. All of these came from his shop. I think I got away with like $3 a book. He's very reasonable, so would very much recommend. First up, Lloyd Biggle Jr.'s Daw, The Light That Never Was. I love the cover, and I'm starting to collect Daws, so had to get that. Hardback, my only hardback from this section, but Where the Late Sweet Birds Sang by Wilhelm. This is her best known work, and I was like, had to pick that up. I've not read Wilhelm, but very cool. The Trusty Shoebox. Here we go. Blood World by Jennifer. This one's supposed to be pretty gnarly. I don't know if I'll read that one. Yeah, I've heard gnarly things about that one, but I don't ever see Jennifer, so I had to pick that up. Gordon R. Dixon's Tactics of Mistake, one of the first Daws, number 9. Henry Kuttner's Fury. I don't love that cover, but it's still pretty cool. I don't have any Henry Kuttner, so that was my first that I bought from him. The Planet Buyer by Cordwainer Smith. I think that's a pretty cool old cover. I have Norstrilia, which I believe this is one of the 2 fix-up novels that created Norstrilia. Another Simic, Other Worlds of Clifford Simic. So it's 6 short stories in this awesome old, it's just really, the green pages, it's so sick. I just finished The Explorers by Kornbluth. That's the most recent book I finished. No, was it Neuromancer? Anyway, recently read Kornbluth and loved his stuff. So I bought everything that he had of Kornbluth, including this, The Syndic, which I have a newer copy of, but had to get the old one. Had to get the vintage one. This was cool. Echo Round His Bones by Thomas Dish. I hope these are in frame. This one was vintage, and this one, I think he charged me $8 for this, but that felt like, that was fine with me. Pole and Kornbluth's Wolfbane. Not even heard of this one, but like I said, I'm picking up Kornbluth everywhere I go now. He was great. Speaking of The Marching Morons, Kornbluth. I think a lot of these are short story collections, because he didn't really write much long form, and he died early. I think he was in his late 30s, early 40s potentially. So there's not a lot of material from him, but the short stories were tremendous. Brian Aldiss, Graybeard. I have a few others like this, Star Swarm and something else, Hot House maybe, that are just, they're in this kind of, they have that typeface for his name. So I'm kind of starting to collect those. I have 3 of them now. That's my 3rd one. It's cool. Malzberg, Horowitz's World. I don't know. Weird cover, cool cover, and I don't have this. Is my first Malzberg. I almost got at that Half Price Books a Beyond Apollo that was 15 bucks. Wasn't sure if that was a fair price or not. It was a pretty good condition, so maybe I should have, but either way, that's my first Malmsberg. Oh, Freddie P and CM Kornbluth again. Search the Sky. That one's, I haven't even looked at that cover really closely. That's cool. Look at that. Sick. John Wyndham. Oh! Oh! Okay. The Day of the Triffids. I have not seen much Wyndham out in the wild, but I was hoping that this was like the alternate title to the Chrysalids, maybe. I don't think it is. Tell me if it is. But this was cool. The red pages. Wyndham. Here's lots of DAWs in a row. Let's do the DAWs. That's a DAW. Faded DAW. That's a DAW. Faded. Here we go. I'll go through these quick. Sheckley's Can You Feel Anything When I Do This? Sick cover. Absolutely awesome. Robert Chilson, As the Curtain Falls. Oh, I'm dropping books. It's cold out here. Herbert W. Frank, The Mind Net. I like that cover. That's pretty cool. I don't know what the heck. Woe to all who defy the network. Heck yeah. Gordon R. Dixon. Oh, this cover's sick. The Pritcher Mass. Is that a freaking... Not a panda. Is that a panda? I don't know what that... Bear? I don't know. Just DAWs just get me. They're so cool on the shelf, and the covers are always awesome. Mark S. Geston. Not heard of him. The Daystar. This is number 6 in all the DAWs, so that's cool. David Walker's The Lord's Pink Ocean. That's an awesome cover. I saw that on BookPilge channel and made a note to get that if I found it. Joseph Green, The Mind Behind the Eye. And Joseph Green, Conscience Interplanetary. It's a long title. That's a freaking nuts cover. Look at that. Sheesh. All right, 3 more. I'll do that one last. Freddie P and Kornbluth again. Gladiator at Law. I got most of his books that he had that were Pohl or Kornbluth. Olaf Stapledon's Odd John. I don't have any Stapledon. That's just a really cool one. Like pink. I can't. Maybe the book sleeve is tinting it differently, but it looks pink and yellow. And finally, the last one, Henry Kuttner's Valley of the Flame. Maybe my favorite cover of all time. Maybe not all time, but the last time I was there, I was not very, this is at Steele's, I was not very aware of like hidden gems, and I saw this, picked it up and thought that's really cool. Kuttner wrote a couple of famous books, and I left that there, and like after watching some BookTube channels and videos and things, I realized I definitely should have picked this up along with Blood World, which were 2 that I was like, maybe I should get those, and I left them there. They were both still there when I went back today, so I was extremely stoked. But that's the haul. I'm glad I was able to do this before the light left. It's a beautiful chilly December day, but thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if any of these are like ultra rare, you've read some of them, what you thought of them. Yeah, I got a lot of these for pretty cheap. Yeah, I'm just excited right now. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.